Welcome back. We are taking a live look at our Ruidoso camera from our NMSU cam and from our Las Cruces cam. Beautiful sunsets out there in New Mexico today. Oh, beautiful. But it's been a little chilly. I was up in Ruidoso earlier last week with my mom when she came to visit. It was cold. I could not be out there for longer than 5 minutes walking down this main street. I was cold.
But today we were in the mid 60s, so it was still comfortable. The light sweater, it was nice. There was people out walking their dogs at the park and stuff. So.
Well, if you're like me, I still had my seat heater on today. Jalen, what's going on?
Well, we are talking about above normal temperatures for the next 7 days here in the Borderland, even with a bit of a cool down, but we are going to be above normal. As you can see, Wednesday and Thursday are going to be our warmest days. 70 degrees on Wednesday and 73 on Thursday, and those are near record highs. Of course, we're not talking about 80s or anything like that, but record of 74 back in 2015. Of course, that's going to be on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we are looking at that record of 76. That was back in 1987. So we're going to be a couple degrees shy of that. I don't think we're going to break these records, but I think we're going to get pretty close here. But precipitation outlook for the middle of December, we are going to be looking very dry, and that's normal for this time of the year. We're not usually supposed to see any precipitation during this time of the year, but our temperature outlook, this is going to be abnormal. I showed you this yesterday. We are going to be talking about some very warm temperatures where we could be talking about probably staying with the near record highs. Now, Christmas Day outlook for El Paso, we are looking at 57 and 36. Of course, Christmas is still a couple of days out, of course, so this can change between now and then. Las Cruces, we're looking at 52, low of 32 degrees, partly cloudy skies for much of the Borderland. But last year we saw only 70 degrees in El Paso. That's above normal for this time of the year. 38 as your low, and then for Las Cruces we saw 60 with 35 degrees. So kind of giving you an idea of what we could be seeing here in Christmas Day. But we are going to be above normal. 61 in Mesilla, partly cloudy skies. 68 apiece for Anthony and Sunland Park. Moving into El Paso County, a little bit of the same. We are talking about mostly upper 60s all across the board. 68 apiece for Kennetheal and Vinton, 66 out there in Fort Bliss, 67 in Horizon City, and 68 in San Eli. So above normal for this time of the year. We're usually supposed to be in the low 60s and dropping down into the 50s as we get into this time of the year. But as we look at the next 7 days, about to buy match firm, very warm for this time of the year. And as you can see, 66 apiece for your Monday and Tuesday. And then our warmest days, Wednesday, Thursday at 70 and 73, dropping down to 67 degrees for your Friday, 61 as we go into your Saturday and Sunday. That's more normal for this time in December. But looking at our lows, we are going to be in the 30s, and then we're going to slightly warm up into the 40s. And then as we go into next weekend, we are going to be dropping right back down into the 30s. Looking at Las Cruces, a little bit of the same. We are going to be seeing mostly 60s all across the board. There we go. Las Cruces, 61 for your Monday, 62 for your Tuesday, 67 for your Wednesday, 70 for your Thursday. The cold front drops in, dropping us down into the 50s as we go into Friday night. And then as we look into Saturday and Sunday, still in the 60s. And as you see, lows all in the 30s. Of course, our coolest nights are going to be Wednesday and Thursday. Stick around.